Hello my fellow Rome 2 players, Zaript here once again, with the third game of a match between Fatal Imprudence and Simon in TWCC Rome 2 Fall Cup, second round. So, before this game it was 1-1, and Fatal Imprudence banned Royal Scythia and picked Carthage. Simon answered by picking Pontus, yeah. So let's see what builds do we have here. Once again we have Elephant faction for Fatal Imprudence, third time in a row. So on his flank you have Sacred Band and one elephant. I guess Sacred Band supposed to protect this elephant from cavalry. On the front we have 5 African pikemen. Behind them we have 4 mercenary Balearic slingers. I think this is the ones that Rome has. African War Elephant, second one. Sacred Band, and only... General Bodyguard and only 2 Noble Cavalry. So, this reminds me a lot of a build that Simon actually uses as Carthage. Minimal Cavalry contingent, 2 Elephants, Pike front, and Sacred Bands on the flanks. But I think he uses 4 Sacred Band instead of 3 and 3 Slingers instead of 4. So very similar idea to what Simon usually uses. We'll see how it will turn out. Simon himself picked 5 Pontic Royal Cavalry, 1 Mercenary Scythian Horse, second one, third one, 3 of them, interesting. They should get some kills with their... heavy shot, but I wonder how much. Then there is these chariots, love them. This is the reason why, here's the reason why I usually pick Pontus myself. Bronze Shield Pikemans, 6 of them. They have so melee stats. If you look, 25 health, 55 armor, but for 6 with something, 600 something talents, you have Aura Pikeman, which is very good. They have decent melee attack and Aura. It's just very cost-effective pikes, really. Not the strong ones, but very cost-effective. Then chariots, then strong melee shock cavalry, then as an option mercenary slinger, Scythian horses, and decent skirmishing contingent roster. But this time Simon only picked 2. So, if anyone have to start a fight, it is Simon. He have to rush. And here's the problem. Pike's obviously not a good tool for rushing, so he will have to start attack using his shock cavalry, most likely. But before that, it seems he wants to use his mercenary Scythian horse archers and try to make elephants run amok with fire arrows, most likely. Oh, let's see. He tries to stay away from Slinger's range. And another important thing for this in this battle would be these chariots. They are not easy to use properly, so we'll see if it actually happens. Some ammunition is wasted on this Sacred Band. They will not die easily, that's for sure. If we look at it, probably a bit too spread on Fatal Imprudence side. In fact, man, really, what Simon can do right now is just frontally come here, use 6 pikes and just destroy this African pikeman. The problem is obviously he don't want to do that under the fire of these Balearic slingers. So what he does, he forces Fatal Imprudence to face in all directions, so that he himself can attack from one direction. And look how these slingers, they have to look at this area to fend off these horse archers, which allows Simon to have advantage in slingers in this small area. He will have 2 against 1. And let's see who gets the first shot. Oh, Noble Blood Cavalry, I didn't see them. Sorry for that. Were they hidden somewhere? Unlikely. Okay, so what this will be, I'm not sure. But chariots are coming, and we will see if they can get through or not. And they fairly easily getting through it, but they stuck. So Simon just turns them, gets away. No, it didn't work. It totally didn't work. He overestimated these chariots. I wonder if he tried this before. They're still getting away alive, but just not enough kills. Really, in my experience, you don't want to charge stationary units. They don't have that momentum that elephants have, for example. So Simon currently in a mind trap, in my opinion. He, like, generally, he should realize the advantage he have, which is cavalry advantage, obviously, which he will not be able to use if he doesn't, like, he needs to move with his infantry forward, which will open him area to charge with cavalry. Oh! Will this be used? No, unlikely. Oh, heck. Simon making mistake after mistake. And a huge one. He just needs to put his pikes forward. He just needs to start a fight. Frontal fight. Because so far he's just losing stuff without getting anything for that. But now there is a gap which Simon will try to... Oh no. First he will try to charge here. Noble Blood Cavalry going for General Bodyguard. You see what Fatal Imprudence does? It's sort of a micro trick. He have very compact formation. It looks like a spear box. Like in all his games, he plays fairly compact. And it allows him to see everything at the same time and to focus on microing units one by one. He doesn't move everything. And when he tries, you see, it's a real disorder. And this retreat is exactly where chariots should come. Because when everything moves, they don't. These guys, they don't have bracing bonus. And this is when chariots will just wreck them. But now, elephants running amok. And they just running amok over Sacred Band of... Okay, they finally stopped. Game isn't decided, but I think it's not very well played by Simon so far. I don't like it. Like, you can see that he doesn't have an idea of what he plans to do. And pikes attack very strangely with one attack order. You see, sometimes it feels like they're not even attacking, but they just move one step at a time, one step forward. And from far away, it looks like they really don't do anything. And look, if Simon just had cavalry, it may feel like I'm rooting for Simon, but in reality, no. It's just I know him better, so I'm kinda expecting something from him to kinda fit my expectations. But now he just have to somehow get to the slingers. He manages to lose with his pikes somehow. I'm not exactly confident how. Yeah, Fatal Imprudence slowly but surely getting this game. And again, in the same scenario, like going into box formation in the end, by securing skirmishing advantage, by creating a box, and Simon didn't really find a way to exploit weaknesses of the box. And again, look, he's frontally charging like 4-row deep. Oh man, this oh man, they didn't route. He charged where he shouldn't have. Like, He should have charged here with chariots, where only one man looks forward. He decided that Sacred Band is a weaker target than pikemen. I don't agree with that. And this game will likely go for Carthage for Fatal Imprudence. Very well played. That's a stable play. It's one of the play styles which are slightly annoying. Obviously, when someone walks up, it's strategically smart, but it's slightly annoying. So it's one of those play styles that you need to be ready to face, because people will resort to it because it's just safe, stable, it's fairly easy to control. So what could have Simon used? In the beginning he was playing properly, I believe. He should have used his bow archers behind enemy to force a box. Then he should have went frontally, engaged just with his pikemen, and just after that he should have used his cavalry advantage to sneak into created gaps and use chariots after that. That's my opinion. Obviously not necessarily guaranteed way to win, but I think that's how it could have worked. Yeah, Simon obviously a bit irritated here, but that's something we have to deal with. And it's not like breaking box is impossible, it's just difficult, but and it requires preparation. If there is a box, you need to stay outside of the range until you prepared your perfect assault. Put cavalry around, put infantry around, just... Yeah. So far in this match, interestingly enough, we are having infantry heavy builds win. First game it was Egypt against Massagetai. Second game it was Athens with less cavalry, with only 3 cavalry units win. Now we're having Carthage with a lot of infantry win over Simon. Yeah. Yes, Simon is absolutely right. He shouldn't have attacked at all. And it's not like this build is very similar to what Simon used, but Simon uses it much more open. I think the problem, maybe he took too many cavalry, really. That could be it. And almost obviously, as I said, breaking a box requires perfect coordination. Like you see such a box, if you attack with infantry from one side, he either have to open up on other side to let your cavalry in, or he have to give up this area. But somehow Fatal couldn't win it. He could have tried to keep pressure from different sides by these horse archers, for example, and like to make this slingers split. Okay, attempt to break. Not a diamond formation again. I don't really understand. This is just a very bad charge here. So Simon trying to experiment in a match, which never good thing to do. These guys have insane bracing bonus, especially when they like this in phalanx formation, hoplite phalanx. Yeah, again, builds decide the games a bit more than actual play quality, in my opinion. Builds and picks. But at least we see something like everyone was saying that in patch 5 and 4 skirmish is completely irrelevant. They clearly not. They clearly deciding the games. Second game was almost decided by skirmishes. This game nearly decided by mostly decided by skirmishes in my opinion, because they were the things that constantly put a pressure on Pontus army. Misuse of chariots played its role. Having 3 horse archers instead of 2 played its role. Not getting rid of these elephants and not using cavalry advantage played its role, of course. So yeah, a lot of stuff could have been better, but again, I'm just learning this game at the moment because patches changed so much. So we will see. 2-1 the score right now, going into third game.